We left the fashion retail building and moved to the deli section of a famous department store.
I really want to get him some sort of city souvenir. Maybe a poster or a keychain?
Just stick to something edible.
Okay. Ooh, this potato salad looks so yummy.
She scanned the shelves eagerly. At this rate, we were going to be here all day. Glancing around, I noticed most of the customers were older folks and families. At least I wouldn't have to worry about anyone making moves on my sister.
Well, at least that's brotherly of you.
Hey, Eureka.
Hmm?
Stay in this section for a sec. I'll be right back.
Where are you going? I'll come with you.
It'll only take a minute. Just stay here. Don't go wandering off with any strangers, alright? If you need me, call my cell.
Ugh, I'm not a child, Ryoushi.
You tell yourself that. If you ask me, you're a fetus.
Okay, whatever. Baby Eureka will be right here when you get back. You're a fetus. I know what I am, but what are you?
I walked upstairs and checked my location on the directory board. Alright, now what? I needed to take care of business before Eureka suspected something was up. What would make her happy?
You're getting her a gift? Aw, is this like a belated birthday present? Because that's nice. A plushie or an accessory? I mean, she'd probably like either, but she did mention she wants a ring and a pasta maker. So I guess an accessory is probably the closest thing.
And so there I was at the trendy accessory store. The brand was a little high-end for an ordinary birthday gift. But hey, I could consider it the past 10 years worth of birthdays lumped into one.
Okay, I mean, fair enough.
Best of all, I didn't feel awkward shopping here as a guy.
Jewelry saleswoman.
Looking for anything specific?
I am.
Might I suggest a ring as a gift?
No, I think that's a bit much. The clerk had assumed I was here to buy something for my girlfriend. But then again, that was probably true for 99% of the guys who walked in here. I was thinking maybe a necklace.
Ah, I see. May I ask what your budget is?
$1,000! Holy for a holy! I'm trying to think of like the most expensive thing I've ever bought my brother. It was nowhere near $1,000. I'm trying, like, if my brother showed up with a $1,000 necklace, I don't even know what I would think. I would be like, I wouldn't know what to think. I honestly wouldn't know what to think. Anyway, that'll never happen, so I don't have to worry about it.
Let's say $1,000 max.
So, would you describe her as elegant or cute?
If I had to choose, I'd say cute.
Yeah, I mean, not elegant for sure.
Then, how about this gold heart pendant? It's one of our best sellers.
The heart shape is a bit much.
Okay then, how about our other pendants? Many people prefer the simpler designs.
I peered into the display case, but nothing stood out to me. Simpler design suited my personal taste, but it didn't strike me as Eureka's aesthetic. My gaze wandered until eventually, my eyes landed on one specific accessory.
Oh, stop. Just... meh. I'm getting sad again. Thinking about Snow White still. Meh.
What about that snowflake there?
Well, it's out of season here in the summertime, but it's still a great choice in my opinion. A tried and true classic.
I think I'll go with that.
Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and wrap it up for you.
Please do.
Alright. Okay, because I'm like, she has a heart necklace, right? And then I was questioning myself, like, have I not seen it yet on this side? And I'm just remembering from other times I've seen her. But no, she still has it. So he didn't buy her that necklace, thank goodness. What did she do with the snowflake necklace?
Sorry I took so long.
No worries. What did you get?
Here. As soon as we met up, I handed her the emerald green shopping bag.
It's for me?
Happy belated birthday. Her eyes slowly grew wider and wider.
So that's why you were asking about my wish list.
Basically.
You should have just said so. Can I open it?
Sure. We moved off to the side, where Eureka slowly untied the white ribbon affixed to the matching green box.
What, oh, what might be inside? Wow, a snowflake! It's so pretty! Wait, but this must have been crazy expensive.
It wasn't cheap, I'll tell you that. But hey, I never bought you anything for your birthday before. I'm just catching up.
I guess so.
If you still want a ring, well, you're gonna have to get one from your boyfriend. She looked at me in surprise. Then, slowly, a wicked grin spread across her face.
What if I never find a man?
Then I'll reconsider.
Thanks. I'll always treasure this gift.
Cool. At least she liked it.
Why don't you put it on me?
Turn around real quick.
Okie dokie.
She spun on her heel. I moved her hair out of the way, then clasped the necklace around her neck. There you go.
That was fast.
Is there a problem?
I didn't know you were so experienced with this kind of thing. I mean, he wears a necklace himself, girl. Calm down.
Why does it feel like she's judging me? And, your point?
Forget it. So, does it look good on me?
She turned back to face me. The tiny snowflake gleamed against her chest. Not too simplistic, but not too lovey-dovey. The perfect choice.
I wish I could see it, but all I see is the heart necklace.
Obviously, that's why I bought it.
Now I really want a cute outfit to go with it. Is it too late to go back to the mall?
Suit yourself.
Yay! Best big brother ever? Possibly.
By the time we got home, it was late at night. Hey, wake up. We're here.
Sleepy.
I reached over from the driver's seat and shook her shoulder, but she refused to wake. If you're sleepy, then get your ass in the house and go to bed. Christ, what am I going to do with you? I hopped out of the car, walked around, and opened the passenger door. Upsy-daisy. Then I scooped her into my arms and carried her into the house.
Aw, so cute. What a strong big brother. I would definitely just get kicked or pulled out of the car. I'm pretty sure.
Phew. Inside, Alistair came to greet us.
Oh, hi, Ryoushi. Welcome home. What happened?
She got tired and fell asleep, that's all. I'm gonna carry her up to her room.
Gotcha. Oh, I'll carry the bags.
Thanks. He took the bags from my hand, then glanced from me to my sister.
You know...
What?
Oh, nothing.
just thinking, you two sure are close.
Oh god, is this what informed the Gretel personality? Is this where it started? Like, you know, she's kind of close to her brother, and like, he can pick her up and stuff like that, and buy her jewelry and things? Because I was just thinking a day or two ago, Gretel actually looks a lot like Ryoushi. Like, their hair and everything looks very similar, and I wonder if it's because he's like, if I look like her brother, you know, then I'm kind of like her brother. Which is just messed up to think about. Anyway, moving on.
Are we? Yeah. I've never seen her look so vulnerable before. Oh, I mean, she's usually so tough and untouchable, you know. Tough and untouchable? I feel like I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
Well, she does put on that air. Not really with you. But that's also because you can kind of see through her shenanigery.
At a glance, Eureka seemed perfect, but that was just her external facade. I'd always thought I was the only one who could see past it.
Oh. Somebody else?
Huh? The hell's he doing in front of my house? When I got home from work, I saw Woolfe of all people standing outside my apartment. I didn't remember ever giving him my address. Didn't he and Eureka walk to school together every day? He could have just passed the message through her, and yet he chose not to, which meant it was probably about her.
Oh, there you are! Ryoushi!
As soon as our eyes met, he waved at me. I decided to tease him a little.
Well, there's where Ryoushi and Eureka are similar. This music.
Hello, police? There is a suspicious individual standing outside my house.
Ah! Stop! It's me! Woolfe!
Well, what are you doing outside my house?
I just kinda wanted to chat for a bit. Oh, and I found out where you live when me and Ali Sue came by to deliver your lunch.
Where is she?
It's just me this time.
I was now 99% sure my hunch was right. Well, come in. I inserted the key card and opened the door for him.
Yes!
He's like too excited.
Whoa, your apartment's so cool! It's like mature and stuff.
I know, I'm with you, Wolf.
You good with coffee?
Sure. Thanks, man.
I set the mug on the table, then sat down across from him.
I really like this new pose of Wolf's, by the way. He looks super cute.
So, what business brings you all the way here with no notice?
Listen, Ryoushi. I'm not sure I'm treating Blondie the way I oughta. Sometimes, this voice in my head asks me if maybe he's just lying for attention. He doesn't seem like he's lying, and I believe what he says, but I guess part of me thinks it's just too unrealistic. Plus, Ali Sue believes him without a single doubt.
As it turned out, Wolf's struggle involved Alistair, not Eureka. He seemed to feel guilty for doubting a friend, but personally I thought it was healthy. Compassion and blind faith were two different things. If anything, my sister's unconditional acceptance was the more problematic approach.
Thank you, Ryoushi. And yet you left him there in her care.
Off topic, but you know, despite how all-around talented Ali Sue is, she's not that great at communication, is she? I mean, she's not bad at it, but like, Whenever Blondie's involved, it suddenly flies out the window. Like the other day at school. Ah!
Go on, let's hear it. After an awkward silence, he continued.
Well, she's outgoing and beautiful, so she's mega popular, but she's kinda standoffish too, and it makes me worry. Like, if people invite her to hang out after class, she always shoots them down so she can go see Blondie. And today, a group of girls tried to throw her a welcome party, but she told them she can't go because she's busy every day. At this point, I just feel bad for the people who try to get to know her. They all just want to be friends with her, but it's like she has these walls up.
I see.
Like, it's okay for right now, but sooner or later, someone's gonna get mad about it. Girls care about that sort of stuff, you know? If only I was in the same classes with her!
They'll get the wrong idea if they see you two together. Then again, it's just you.
Yeah, I'm friends with practically the whole school!
Evidently, Woolfe had noticed Eureka's unhealthy tendencies.
An obsession as well.
I mean, I'm not trying to run her life or anything like that. But if Blondie knew she was doing that, he'd feel really guilty.
Yeah. I hope they don't drag each other down. Before I could stop myself, I let my honest feelings slip. Did you eat dinner?
Huh? Not yet.
Want to grab something? We could order takeout or go drive somewhere.
Yes. Let this friendship sail. Let it sail. Let the friendship sail. I'm cool with the two of you.
For reals? Bro, let's go to a diner! I want steak!
Got it. Go wait outside for me.
Oh, so wholesome! I love that. You guys are bonding over how unhealthy Eureka is. It's great.
Eureka was willing to sacrifice her whole life to serve Alistair's needs. It reminded me of my advisor, who once said Alistair might need unconditional love. Eureka.
Oh, hey, Ryoushi. What? Whoa!
As soon as I saw her, I set my empty lunchbox on her head. Quit pranking me every single time.
What? You didn't like it? I planned the whole menu with your health in mind.
Admittedly, despite the cutesy crap, the food itself was good. If you're gonna cook for me, at least stop with the food art.
Wakata. So what's up?
Just came to check on you two. Where's Mom and Dad?
Business trip. They said they won't be home until late, if at all.
Before I could respond, she shook her head.
There's nothing to worry about. I've got it all covered.
So she claimed. But was it appropriate to let the two of them live together unsupervised? I contemplated calling my parents to ask, but before I could... Hey, Arasa, it started boiling, so I turned off the heat. What do I do next? Alistair peeked out from the kitchen.
Oh, I'll take care of it. Thank you.
What the... Dr. Ryoushi?
We were just in the middle of cooking dinner together. Want to stay and have some?
Sure. I think I did it right, but... Well, apologies in advance if not.
It'll be fine, okay?
Okay. Despite my concerns, and Wolfe's, their relationship steadily deepened.
Mm-hmm. Don't let it fool you.
After summer came autumn. Alistair had adjusted to his new life, and with two new friends he seemed to regain his emotional stability. I feared he and Eureka might develop a codependency, But for now, the relationship was beneficial. However, the start of the new school term brought more change into his life.
Whoa, where are we? Ryoshi's father. Has it always been Ryoshi's father? Maybe it has. For some reason, I thought it was something different before. Anyway, so he's back. It's probably to say, yeah, so your mom and I are going to leave, and the two of them are going to live together, so. And that's when everything fell apart.
Sorry for the short notice.
No, it's okay. So what can I do for you today? It had been a long time since my father and I had a one-on-one conversation. Our relationship had improved in recent years, but there was still a palpable tension whenever we came face to face.
I think it's about time your mother and I went back home.
He announced in a solemn voice. What?
It's been 6 months now, and Alistair's settled in. He hasn't been switching personalities much at all lately. Plus, he and Eureka seem to have hit it off, so it's clear to me that this is going to work out fine. With you around, we scarcely feel the need to stay. But we will, of course, continue supporting the household financially. And whenever we get some time off, we'll be sure to spend it here.
So you're just going to abandon him? I barely suppressed my emotions. My father averted his eyes and sighed.
I feel we've done the most we can. We're a family, yes, but first and foremost, we are doctors. And being a doctor sometimes means urgent summons, as I'm sure you know. We stuck it out for 6 months, but I've decided we can't afford to stay any longer.
Didn't you agree to commit when you adopted him?
Yes, we did. Which is why we originally considered taking him and Eureka home with us. But now that Alistair's finally settled in, moving him might only cause more undue anxiety. According to Eureka, anyway.
Oh, according to Eureka. Yes, let's just trust Eureka for everything.
She said that.
When we floated the idea, she smiled and encouraged us to go back to work. Said they'd be fine on their own and told us to prioritize our careers.
And that didn't raise red flags for anybody?
She's always been the responsible, disciplined type. She doesn't need us.
I was disappointed that my parents were once again choosing to neglect their familial duties. But I wasn't devastated.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of expected it, right? Because they suck. I mean, Mom, doesn't sound like Mom made any progress in the years. Dad at least came to realize he sucked, but he's just unwilling or unable to change his ways at this point.
It was a miracle they agreed to stay at the summer home and endure the 2-hour commute to work for as long as they did. Ultimately, I lacked the power to stop them.
You sure you'll be okay?
I'll be fine. If I need anything, I can always ask Ryoshi. I can handle the cooking and cleaning all on my own. And you know I'm on top of my schoolwork too.
Right. I suppose so. Ryoshi, please look after these two.
Of course.
If anything happens, get in touch. I'll try to come home as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'll go see them off.
Great, thanks.
On the day my parents left, Eureka never once stopped smiling.
Interesting that he phrased it as my parents and not our parents.
The car was idling out front. I walked up and opened the rear passenger door. Hop on in.
Thanks.
My father started to climb in, but stopped. Dad? His gaze lingered on the summer home.
I'm gonna miss this place, that's all. But she didn't shed a single tear for us.
I mean...
I know. It's our fault.
I couldn't argue with that. Growing up with absentee parents, it was only natural that Eureka had no real interest in family. She knew better than to get her hopes up.
They may be of age, but they're still just kids. Sooner or later, they'll need a helping hand. And when the time comes, I'll do everything in my power to protect you all.
Sure, I believe that, Dad.
A few days after our parents left, I found Woolfe waiting for me outside my house after work.
Oh, Dr. Ryoushi! What's up, my dude?
Not you again.
Ha 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 ha! So, steak?
Like last time, I invited him inside and served him a cup of coffee. There you go. So what do you want?
Your parents went back to the big city and now Ali, Sue, and Blondie are all alone? Is it true?
Yeah, sure is.
Aren't you worried about them living together? No supervision? Think of all the shenanigans they could get up to. Forget the staircase to adulthood. They could skip all the bases and go straight for a home run. I mean, why didn't you put a stop to it?
God, will you quit screaming?
He's got some strong feelings about this, okay?
Reflexively, I covered my ears. I knew Woolfe had a thing for my sister, but I didn't need him reporting to me about every little trifle. I was a psychiatrist, not a romance hotline.
Well, why don't you be both?
It was beyond my power, all right? I tried to convince my parents, but it didn't work.
How come? Don't you think he might try to put his beef in her oven if you know what I... Ouch!
You with the beef in the ovens, good grief.
I meant to ignore it, but my body lashed out on autopilot. I don't really care if they date. Not like they're blood related. Woolfe pursed his lips bitterly. Honestly, kid, what is it you see in her?
Huh? I mean, she's cute, sexy, sweet, and a good cook. She's the whole package.
Huh.
I take it you don't care. Aren't you worried about a guy like me hanging all over your baby sis?
You? Not worried.
Gah! I feel like I just got benched at halftime!
I mean, he kinda did.
He melodramatically clutched his chest with both hands. That's not what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
You're the self-disciplined type. You'd never hurt somebody willy-nilly.
So you trust me?
If I didn't, I wouldn't speak to you in confidence, now would I? Not that I told him everything, of course. He was Alistair's friend, and a member of his support network, but he wasn't family. Still, the fact remained that I trusted him to some degree.
Oh. Wow.
He sounded relieved to hear it. Besides, you actually pay a lot of attention to other people.
Think I'd make a good doctor?
Maybe so. Do you want to be a doctor?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
He smiled shyly. It's hard work, I'm warning you.
I know. So for now, I'm starting by keeping my grades up high. Were you around my age when you first decided to go into the medical field?
More or less. But I wasn't as motivated about it as you seem to be.
I mean, it makes sense for Woolfe to kind of be interested in being a doctor. He's been sick most of his life, and he was saved from drowning by a doctor. His grandma was saved by a doctor. He's kind of gotten, a little into psychiatry now, what with being Alistair's support system and being friends with Ryoushi. So it's interesting. Dr. Woolfe. It just sounds funny.
Whoa, that's kind of surprising.
I come from a long line of doctors, so I just sort of assumed by default, even though no one outright told me to.
How do you feel now that you've made it?
Well, it's hard work, but I think I made the right choice.
Right? I mean, it's like your calling.
You think so?
You're actually super passionate and caring, you know? Not just toward Alistair, but Ali Sue, too. You'd never abandon them. And you're even nice enough to waste your time on a clown like me.
He shot me a playful wink.
Sweetheart, I love you. Wolf.
Not long after that conversation, however, an unexpected incident took place. That day, I had just finished my afternoon appointments and I was exhausted. But as usual, I still had a ton of work to do. Right as I turned on my cell phone, however, I got a message from Eureka. And the second I clocked out from work, I made a beeline to her location. Hey! Eureka! What happened?
I don't know. We came home like always, started prepping dinner, and then out of nowhere...
She faltered, flustered by my urgency. I looked around for Alistair.
There he is! Oh, guess who's back? It's your favorite boy. Ugh. Hi, Gretel. It's good to see you.
What's the matter, sister? Oh.
There you are. As soon as Alistair laid eyes on me, he scowled.
What do you want from us, Mr. Hunter? Are you here to monitor me again?
Monitor you? I repeated his strangely specific word choice in confusion.
We're doing just fine, thank you very much. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop treating me like a nutcase.
Instead of explaining himself, Alistair only grew more disgruntled. Then he turned his attention away from me entirely, choosing instead to speak to Eureka in a fawning voice.
Sister, let's have pudding for dessert tonight.
Sure, sounds good. You sure do love your sweets, don't you, Gretel?
I certainly do.
Eureka. She looked into my eyes and nodded.
I know.
Alistair had acquired a new personality. His name was Gretel, and he was the 5th to be created.
6, technically.
Switches were one thing, but this was the first time since we started his treatment that he'd gained a new personality altogether.
Yeah, so, you know, Dad, how you were talking about how Alistair is, like, pretty stable? No.
As the 3 of us sat at the table, I decided to observe Gretel's behavior.
How is it?
Still no higher than 40 points, I'm afraid.
He took a second spoonful of the pudding Eureka had made. Considering his attitude toward me earlier, he seemed like the bratty type.
But you're still eating it, I notice.
Of course I am. I'll eat anything you make, sister.
Glad to hear it. Remind me, are you good at making sweets yourself?
She phrased her question carefully, probing for information about the new personality.
I am indeed.
What would you say you're good at?
Everything, really. But if I had to choose, I'd say my specialty is sugar confectionery.
Like caramels and rock candies and stuff?
Yeah.
Then we should make some together sometime.
This face. No, thank you.
What? Why not?
I prefer to bake in private.
Oh. Well, okay then. How about if you share your treats with me instead?
That I don't mind. Just then the doorbell rang.
Oh, somebody's here. I bet it's Woolfe.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, I'll go get him.
Eureka rose to her feet and headed for the door.
So, how about them Blue Jays?
Another obstacle in my way. Gretel muttered under his breath as soon as Eureka was out of earshot. Did you say something? No, not a word. He wasn't the first combative personality I had dealt with, but he was by far the most blatant about it. Gretel, how do you feel about your sister? Excuse me, where did that come from? So you'll answer her questions, but not mine. I chose the high-handed approach. If my hunch was right, Gretel was the type to kowtow to authority figures. Sister is a wonderful person. Smart, beautiful, and worth her weight in jewels. I see. And how do you feel about everyone else? I don't care, obviously. Impatient, he rose to his feet and left the room. I pulled out my phone and launched the voice recording app. I could tell I would need this for a meeting later. So he doesn't care. I mulled over his final words to me. Perhaps it was proof of Alistair's mental stability that his newest personality was hostile to his doctor. In the beginning, he was too overwhelmed by fear to feel anger toward another person. As I recall, Hansel and Gretel were abandoned by their parents, weren't they? I dug through the recesses of my mind and reviewed what I remembered of the story. Dumped in the forest, the two siblings find a candy house and get themselves caught by a witch. Based on the setup, would that make Eureka Hansel? From there, Woolfe joined us and we discussed Gretel, but I urgently wanted to speak to my sister in private. Woolfe seemed to pick up on this, because while he tried to keep the mood light, it didn't last long.
Come to think of it, this is the first time I've met one of his personalities. I gotta say, his expressions and speech and mannerisms are all super different, huh? Are the others that dramatically different?
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
Woolfe, you should head home for today. You have school tomorrow.
Okay. What about you?
I'll stay here for now. He nodded, grabbed his backpack and rose to his feet.
Alright then. Guess I'm heading out.
Sorry to kick you out after making you come all this way, Woolfe.
Nah, it's okay. See you tomorrow.
See you!
After he was gone, silence descended between us. For once, Eureka actually looked angry, and her tone all but confirmed it.
Don't you think that was really rude to do to him after he came all the way here?
Yeah, well, his presence wasn't exactly helping much, and it's getting late.
So you're just going to exclude him after everything he's done for Alistair?
I'm not. Woolfe is a pillar of support for Alistair. He's possibly the first male friend of a similar age that Alistair's ever had. That's why I need him to stick around for the long haul. We still don't have a full grasp of the situation. We don't know if Gretel's dangerous. What if he hurts Woolfe? What then? She fell silent. Anyway, back to Gretel. You haven't done anything to him, have you?
Like what?
I'm talking about exacerbating his insecurities.
For example?
Coddling him too much, let's say.
I'm not allowed to coddle him?
You saw what Gretel was like. He thinks of you as some kind of goddess.
No, I'm his sister, remember? The original proposal was to adopt him into the family, so I'm sure Alistair must have started seeing me as a sibling.
Her words sent a shiver down my spine. She had already decided to accept her new brother Gretel. Eureka, you're at risk of developing a codependency. Gretel's already showing signs. This is a warning, you understand me? Don't enable his dependency.
I know.